I'm sorry, guys. Nacha just finished showing me how to set up the OBS, and I was trying to figure out how to um, make it private, and oh well. So anyway, hopefully you can hear me and see me. I will go check it out. Hi, this one guy. How are ya? Hey, Purple. Can you hear me all right? Can you see me all right? Okay, thank you. Um, yeah, Nacho and I just got done, setting up OBS. Um, he was trying to do me on Google Hangouts. Hi, Tria. So, um, he suggested I go private first to make sure everything was okay. I couldn't figure out how to do that. So, I'm just doing it this way. Okay, this one guy, I'm actually trying to, um, invite you, but I don't, in my event settings when I stream. Huh. I'm sorry, guys. This is the first time I've ever used this. Where is event settings? Oh, um, no, I'm talking about inviting you in, this one guy. I told you as soon as I figured it out, I'd, get you in. Thank you, Tria. So, I don't see an address that I can send out to you, this one guy. It just has Streamlabs OBS version 0.13.4. Start an event stream. Okay, this one guy, I'm really dumb. When it comes to computers, I'm not dumb totally, I'm just dumb when it comes to computers. So where is the start an event stream? Okay, now I'm on YouTube. Can you still hear me? And all right, okay, now I'm on YouTube. Can you still hear me? And all right, okay, now I'm on YouTube. Can you still hear me? And all right, is that better? Julia, you were saying it was echo? Hang on, this one guy. Tria, is it still echoing? Huh. I'm not even in YouTube now. Okay, no echo. Okay, great. Okay, this one guy, let me get into Google. Let me get into Chrome. If I'm not on YouTube, how are you seeing this? Because I'm in OBS Purple. I'm in OBS Streamlabs. And, it got linked to my... Nacha showed me how to link it to my YouTube. So, he's pretty good. This one guy, yeah, I got the call, but it hung up. Purple, have you tried asking Natcha for help? Alright, this one guy. This one guy.
I can hear you, but there's an echo.
Huh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
The echo's kind of gone. I think it's just, it might be my phone.
Okay. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna minimize you. If
Go ahead.
I don't mean to. Hopefully
Fine.
by minimizing you, I won't. Alrighty. You still there?
I'm still here.
Alright. Can everybody hear us? Still there, this one guy?
I'm here. Do they need me to start talking?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay, I don't know. I'm talking now, guys. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. I'm at the ATM. Actually, about ready to put my rent money in.
Yeah,
Just got done with
damn it.
work.
Yeah. Um, shit.
I'm still here. I'm just busy doing ATM stuff.
Yeah,
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you. I have no idea whether they can or not. Ugh. You can. Okay. Okay. Purple says he can hear both of us.
Okay, that's cool then.
Alrighty. Thank you, Tria. Thank you, Purple. Um.
Sorry.
So. Um. Yeah. I've wanted to get you on for a long time, and I told you I would. I just needed to figure out how to do some crap. I'm.
Oh, I know. I've been trying to figure out slowly how to figure it out too. Like I said, I just figured out how to hack freaking Google Hangouts or the going on Hangouts because they only let you do it if you have 1,000 subscribers to go live on mobile.
Oh.
So I
Okay.
hacked that and I used Chrome on my downloaded Chrome on my phone and then I just logged into YouTube on my browser in the Chrome browser, downloaded the Hangouts, and you can totally go live from your phone. And use the webcam setting. I'm like, aha, eat it, YouTube. I outsmarted you. And now I can do things off my mobile phone. It's so awesome.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So, you were talking about, first of all, are you a Christian? And if,
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
um, do you mind me asking what kind?
I would say if I had to put a name on it, it would be a Gnostic Christian, simply because I used some of the Gnostic texts, and not all Christians would agree with me on sensitive things. I think Christianity needs repair. I think it's been put in the wrong light, and people have been practicing the right type of Christianity. But that's just my opinion, and I'm mostly on the lines of when it comes to everyone else, I really don't care what everyone else does in the sense. I think everyone should be free to do their own thing.
Now, you are a very enlightened Christian then, because most Christians, I know when I was a Christian, for the last few years, I didn't really care, but, when I was deep in the YEC, yeah, Telltale says he can't call YEC a cult because it's not really centralized, but I still call it a cult.
I believe in centralizing the regular religion like it is now, like making it better. Like I want to see Christianity grow as in something for what it should be, as in a positive force of love and reinforcement, for everybody. And that's probably never going to happen. I'm probably never going to be able to see that. But I'm trying to. That's what I want to push my worldview as. I want to shed at least I think, for all intents and purposes. I know I'm probably wrong and correct about what I believe in Christianity, but it's what I think, and I don't think I can help that. I'm distracted right now, so I'm kind of giving you half sentences, and I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. No, I mean, a lot of us don't know what we think or feel. I think that's sad, but that's basically how it goes.
The only reason why I don't know if it's true is because again, the Bible's been tainted for so long, and a lot of truth's been ripped out of it. So how can you take one thing over another? So it's that factor. It's everyone's always been lying to each other for, I think, in some way. And I'm sorry, I'm distracted. That it needs to, like, how, so how can you tell what the true Christianity is? Because people have a problem like saying God is evil. Like, well, then God created evil, not God is evil. That God created evil, and I have no quorum to saying that because God made love and good and evil. He had to. It'd be a byproduct, but it's not of God.
Right, right.
Like,
Well,
yeah, those are things that. Yeah, go ahead.
The Jews would say he created both good and evil. But let me ask you this. He created Lucifer, right?
Yeah,
Well, he knew Lucifer would fall from grace, correct?
correct.
So in that way he created evil, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So it's not really a
It,
byproduct.
it's a byproduct is in the sense that even if it's one of his creation, it's not in his own divine state. Like, I guess you could argue that. Like, I see what you're saying. Like, yeah, well, he made it through this, and through this thing made that. But um, give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
No problem. Go ahead.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm, like I said, this stupid ATM's being retarded. It's not working. Sorry for using it. Would you like to do something else? Yes. I'm not done. It doesn't like my money. It keeps like telling me take it back, and it's raining out over here, so I apologize for the noise.
Oh, no problem. Purple, I wholeheartedly agree with you that individual churches within the movement can be cults. Um, Steve Anderson, Matt Powell, Kent Hovind, Ken Ham. I think you can all call those people cult leaders. And if you disagree with me, just leave it in the chat. It's fine. But yeah, I don't really know. Like, would you
Go
would
ahead,
you
keep
say the
going.
Catholics are Christian or no? Because
I'd say in the sense it's misguided. Like, they can try to follow the path, and I can't. Okay, this thing's being stupid. I gotta go to a different ATM. Son of a, it's pissing me off. It's cold and it's wet. That's okay though. That's okay. Oh, I gotta drive all the way to the other side. I'm sorry, but I would say, yeah, in a sense, I think that because they follow the Pope, and I don't think the Pope has any authority. They can go back to the high priest all they want and say that, oh, we have the right, but I just find it highly unlikely, and I don't think any man has the authority to remove any other man's sin other than Jesus Christ, because that's otherwise it minimizes his whole resurrection. I believe. Like, why did Christ even need to die on the cross if some guy in a box can freaking just tell you, "Hey, you're absolved of your sins because you told me. Now go say these chantras and freaking you'll be all right." But for all I know, it might actually be a thing. I don't know, but I don't. I just don't. I don't. I don't subscribe to it that much. I might have when I was younger, but no, I don't.
yeah, yeah. Well, the way I think of it is, if a person says they're Christian, it doesn't matter what flavor they are. If they say they're Christian, then I take them at their word. They're Christian. You know.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's not like, of course, I'm not gonna deny someone the right to say that. It's just a personal thing. Like, I just don't think you might be misguided. You could say it's one of those. I don't know, because I can't be the judge of that either. So, oh, what the hell? It won't let me. Oh, there
Retarded
it goes. I'm just
ATM.
no, I'm retarded. I'm just very tired. My girlfriend had to point it out. She's like, oh, not girlfriend, wife, whatever you want to call her. My SO, my significant other. She helped me. She's like, you're not pressing the button, you idiot. I'm like, oh, well, I am stupid today. There we
Like you
go.
said, you're just tired. Everybody gets stupid when they get tired.
I haven't really eaten much. I hardly ever eat. I always forget. I'm always eating like the last minute of the day.
Mm,
I always forget. But I've
yeah.
always been bad. I'm terrible at feeding myself. I think that just has to do with like depression and all that because I stopped eating and then I just stopped feeding for my. I stopped caring. I gotta start taking care of myself like that. I'm getting lazy.
Yeah, you do. Depression can do that. Oh,
But
we
yeah,
were
like
just talking about who are true Christians, Tria.
yeah, I mean, like if I think it along the lines of being, you have to believe in God at least, and possibly probably Jesus Christ dying on the cross for your sins to be considered a Christian. Because otherwise, if you don't believe in Jesus Christ dying, you might as well just say I'm a Jew. You know, you might as well just convert to Judaism then. And I don't see
Right,
anything wrong with that, but you know, you might as well
right.
just do that instead and save you the hassle. And I hate that, like most people bring up the argument of, well, your Abraham God did this. I'm like, well, that was the covenant with Abraham, bro. That's not even a Christian thing. Like, we're in a different covenant if you really think about it. And some of us aren't even in that covenant because we're Gentiles. And technically, the God's a little impartial to Gentiles. He's like, I don't give. He calls us what? Swines and dogs, you know? So there's that too. Like, Jesus has some love, but he also has a hard side, you know?
So, I can't remember what I was talking about something one day, and you said you really wanted to talk to me about it.
Ah,
Do
it
you
was
remember
like
what it
the
was?
whole my little demonology, demonology crap, whatever you want to call it. How the Watchers and the Fallen from the Book of Enoch, and how in because it actually got brought up today, but I wasn't able to bring it up because I didn't want to get into the discussion with it.
Mm-hmm.
But about how they said how they can't prove a god exists because all the other gods of around the world. And I'm like, well, technically you can. And I was trying to get into that point of where the Watchers could have taken ownership of that, the role of a deity through the fallen take positions of like Zeus, Mercury, or whatever, the pantheons of whatever religions, or even seen as like with the Chinese mythologies of the people in the emperors and all that, and the immortals or whatever. I
Purple,
don't know if that's a thing. I always forget.
I don't know, to tell you the honest truth. I don't know what version this is. It's the latest one, whatever that is.
Of OBS.
Yes.
Oh, you probably haven't. I have mine on the dark theme. I changed the theme to dark, so I don't like the light of the screen because it always hurts my eyes because I'm always constantly looking at the screen. So I changed my background to the dark theme. So that's why it looks different for me. I just realized that you just probably have it on the light setting, but you can change the color background to I think like blue, green, or red and black. I think, and I have
O-
mine on a darker one, the black one.
Okay. Hi,
But
TV
yeah,
Tube
that's
Me.
but yeah, that's where I was going into because you was talking about the oneness also. I think with it teaches how the oneness of how kind of what people think God technically is. That it's one of the many of the divine or something like that. I can't really remember now. I haven't brushed up on it,
Oh, you mean the Elohim?
but yeah, Elohim. Well, whatever. Like you consider that. Like there's the two, and then it goes in with the Pistos. So I forgot his name. Pistos, and Sophia, with is the God concept, the duality of male and female role parts, and then all that, and then like they're like the consciousness of good and the ultimate good. Like there's it goes into the consciousness of good. It teaches it in what's it called? Valentini in I think it's Valentini in Gnosticism. Let me think of the word. And it's like this one guy. I think they're called disciplinaries, or like I guess you call them like the things that all consciousness go by or whatever. It's like I'm butchering it, I know, but it has to do with like there's two pairs each one's a male and each one's a feminine, and there's 12 of them. So like you have something for wisdom, something for another thing. I don't only one I can remember is wisdom at the top of my head because that's Sophia, that's the main important one. But the other 12 have their respective rules and whatever.
Okay.
Um, like I said, I'm butchering it. So you think of that. So this thing is like a non-physical, I think metaphorical thing. Existenceness, consciousness, if you want to. I don't know, lack of a better word. So it's this, and then without permission, I think it goes into. And again, this isn't what I believe. This is just I'm just explaining it. Um, it goes into where Sophia decides to make a creation without the consult of her counterpart, and that's how we get the stem of the first creational being, which knew no God, and because it thought it was the only God. And that goes back to the hence of the Bible where it goes, "There is no God before me." You know, the creator of all things. So he goes into from his creation and creates what we know today. But then it goes into like where the other thing is like there's like a different view on the same thing. It's hard to keep track of all of them, but they all kind of fit perfectly together. It's weird, but it's probably because it's based off again the same story. But it goes along the lines of it coming down to the humans and the gods of creation, pretty much. Like how you said you have the water gods of you said it in one of your latest videos of like Yahweh or El Elohim, and then there's other ones. There's like three different sons that they have or whatever, and they are the
Oh,
help in creation. I
El
forget.
is El is actually the chief god of the Canaanite pantheon, and then you have Yahweh and Baal, who are actually brothers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it goes into like the thing about I think it's all three. I can't remember if the names are the same, but it's all the three same. Like they're the three sons of the one that of the false creation, so to speak, creator. I guess you want to
Okay.
call it. From Sophia. Now that with the Canaanite thing could also be interjected with the fallen, and how they are possibly because it goes down to the bloodline. Canaanites go down to the bloodline of Cush and Nimrod, I believe. I can't remember, but they have something to do because Nimrod was the thing that goes with I think the Nephilim and Raphaelim or whatever they're called. I can't, like I said, if I had my internet in front of me, I'd be able to tell you better. But I'm just telling you off first thought, second thought. So I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. But yeah, but that's what some say that could have started as well through the things of the fallen, the
Okay.
teachings and interpretations of the fallen, and it goes in with like other deeper aspects like oh I forgot like with everything really like if it was set up between the flood time of Noah and like before the flood, it mentions in the book of Enoch and I believe Jasper that when the fallen had committed the sins, that they saw from heaven, they left their post from heaven to come down to lust upon the daughters of men, of what have you. Well, not only were they not lusting upon the men, and we can get into conversation of how they came in to get women pregnant and all that. That's a conversation for another time. Because I don't even know, because that's like a lot of stuff you could throw in there.
Right.
Like, because I said, well, how could these angels have forms of humans and males? Like, well, they could have taken on the form of anybody. It even says it later on in the Bible about angels taking on forms of humans and not knowing whether they're in disguise or not. So I think the same thing could apply for demons as well, in that sense, if they're fallen. Um, so not only were they taking the human things, but they were also messing with the animals, and they got the actual mankind to do its own further manipulation, the corruption of flesh, if you will. And when God saw this going on, first thing he did, I think he locked up the angels or whatever and set them upon judgment while he dealt with mankind. And mankind, he gave 120 years to straighten out their stuff and come back to Christ. This is before the flood of Noah. And so it also says something about along the lines of the passage in, I believe, Genesis, about how the flesh of man should only last 120 years. And I think it's referring back to the flood of Noah. Like, the flesh that had sinned before Noah was all going to die in 120 years that God gave the warning. And they didn't heed his warning, and they never turned back to God. So the flood of Noah happened, where all of creation was destroyed
So
because
you
of
think
the
that
act
was
of
an actual
fallen
literal?
demon.
So you think that was an actual literal thing? The flood
Well,
of Noah
possibly,
that
yeah.
covered the whole earth?
Yeah. I'll just go ahead and say yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Um,
But
yeah, I used to
it
believe
goes,
that
like I said,
too. I did. I used to believe that too, but there's just too much. Hey, Doc, there's just there's too many improbabilities, and not just improbabilities, but impossibilities. Do you know how much pressure the earth would be under that much water? And then where would all that water go to?
well, again, this goes in with the, like, if you ever heard of the hollow Earth theory, how there's an ocean within the Earth, and there's that. So we have a core, but we also have these empty pockets that fill up where the water goes. And that's where all these waters came from. So like these holes, caverns, they call them levi or whatever they call. What do they call them? I forgot. The chasms in the earth or whatever. Sometimes they can be filled with oil or whatever. But these chasms in there, and they can also, people are, at least I've heard that I think it's called hollow earth theory. I don't know how valuable it is because I haven't looked it up. But that's where the waters would come from, in the
So
sense, and
how
that's
did
where they
they
would
get
succeed
off
to.
the earth then?
What? Oh, I don't
Well,
know. That goes into
if
where
the
the
flood
people in there.
story is true, and the flood covered the whole face of the earth to the tops of the mountains, that's problematic in and of itself.
I
But
think it would
let's
be
just
more
do
like,
what.
instead of like a standard thing, but probably mixed in with earthquakes as well and a lot of volcanic activity, you
Uh,
know?
yeah,
Like,
well,
I
let's
think it
leave
would
that
have to
alone.
involve all that. I think it wasn't just like, oh, the water's rising. I think that's when God just decided to break up the land and all that too, like a Pangea type of effect. Like with the
Okay.
land's breaking up, whatever. And so he breaks it up as the flood's going on because
Hmm.
he's like, whoa, this is happening. Flop, stop it. But again, this is just a I would have to imagine that was what would happen going on if a flood would to happen. And then
Okay.
it goes into the Christian canopy thing about how there was the circle dome that surrounded the whole earth like a crystal ball. We were inside a crystal ball and that broke.
You
Like,
mean
I like
the
that.
Hoven theory?
It's not only Hover theory. No, Hoven's not the only one to think of that, because I've heard that way before I even heard of Kent Hovind. So it's just not standard alone to Hovind. It's an actual thing someone else has put out there.
Okay.
And I think so. Yeah. So I was actually surprised when I heard Kent Hovind's talking about it, because I thought it was a silly thing to think of. And then I was like, oh shit. Okay, so there are people. It kind of gave me a little clarification, to be honest. But we can't say if there was. But I think it agrees to where, if it was an ice thing, like he says, an ice crystal, it would account for like all the major snow that we would see. But then again, it doesn't make like it makes weird sense with the flood. Like, if that happened and the floodwaters happened, and if that fell, then that's where we could kind of expect an ice age. But then again, most of it would have to melt because of the sun. If there was like lost pressure and all that, so I would even know how that would work. Like I said, I can't do the math and on science behind all that, so I can just only leave it up to speculation. You
Okay.
know?
Well, let's just leave all that alone for right now.
Yeah.
Where did all the water go?
Again, it would recess back inside the earth or whatever,
It couldn't.
but I wouldn't know. I would not know. I would say it probably, you know, ask yourself, where does a drain lead to? Like, you got some things where they have like these one little water systems where the water goes in, but they have no idea where it comes out. So it's like
Well,
the
yeah,
same
but
thing. Where does that water go?
a drain
It's
is
we
man
know it's draining, but we don't know whether it's going
right, but
or if it's
a
even closed
drain
up.
is man made.
Well, not an actual drain. I'm talking about like a cave hole, like an
Oh,
actual. I forgot what they're called. I'm sorry. Yeah, a
a,
drain was a bad choice of word. That was my mistake. I know.
a
I tried to correct
cenote?
it.
Are you talking
Something
about
like
a
that.
cenote?
No, there's like this one little thing. It's like a water well or whatever. It has a waterfall and it goes into a little cave system, and they have no idea where the water goes because they can only follow it so far.
Mm-hmm.
But they have no
Okay.
idea where the ends of the where the water goes in. It's just the water keeps falling, but they have no idea where it goes or where it comes out. So I think it would be in the same sense. Like, the water goes somewhere, but we don't know where we go where the water goes. We just know that it's going there down this one path, and it could be the same way. It's the best way I can explain that.
But you do know about the water cycle, right? There's
With like
always the same.
evaporation and all that.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the
Yeah,
same amount of water no matter where you are. It's just, you know, I guess that's my thing is if you if the earth was covered in water up to the highest mountains, it would be waterlogged and there would be no place for the water to go. Does that make sense?
I get. I mean, I can understand what you're saying. Yeah, if you're saying if the whole entirety of it was full of water, like if the whole earth as in itself was just became covered in water, like I can't say about the insides. For all we know, it could, I don't know, maybe there's just some extreme pressure or heat or something inside the earth that when water touches it just instantly turns into steam. And I don't know, I can't say how deep the earth inside the earth goes. We know it goes to the core, but I know maybe geologists would probably get me there, but I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't, because it receded off between what 40 days and 40 nights. It tells us, right?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
It's receding off,
No, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. I think it took a year.
or something for it to recede. Yeah, something like that.
But
So
anyway,
I
so
don't know. Maybe we had a natural evaporation or something because of the condensed waters. I don't know, and it all just went off in space, which sounds silly, but I wouldn't know. Maybe that's like I said. The best thing I could say is that it went down some type of crack in the earth, and now it's like inside. What's the best thing? It's inside like an air pocket inside the earth or whatever. It's not like a water pocket.
okay.
That's the best thing I could say for that. Yeah, I don't know. It went down in some water pocket that's just filling a void.
No, I gotcha. I just I'm doing my YEC series, and it's just I'm trying to tell people what they believe, and of course not all YECs are the same. And so you know, like in my first YEC church, women could not wear pants. God forbid women wear pants. But in my second
Well,
YEC
yeah,
church,
that
they
one's I
didn't
could
care.
understand because there is a passage about in the Bible that says men should only wear men clothing and women should only wear women clothing. That's probably why. Probably they're probably thinking, well, women wear skirts and men wear pants. But, if they were to go in Ireland, it'd be a different story because men wear kilts. So that's weird.
Hey
How
now,
you can
Jake.
argue that with them?
Right, right. So, I mean, but still, if the jeans or the pants are made for women, they're not men's clothing.
That's what the weird part is. Like I always thought about that for pants. Like even in Rome, they used fucking what togas. I'm sorry for cursing, or
No,
not
it's
toga. Is that
okay.
Rome or
Rome did the
uh,
togas.
togas? Well, the Greeks did something like that too, or they were just naked. I can't remember. I think the Greeks were naked all the time. I can't remember.
I'm not sure about the
I can't.
Greeks, but the Romans did the
Yeah.
togas.
But yeah,
But yeah, and
So yeah, those are one of those weird things. It goes they like you pick and choose and stuff. It's like, well, why you gotta you get yeah, so weird.
yeah, I was listening to oh gosh, Josh and Megan, Digital Hammurabi, um, and that verse in Deuteronomy that says, "Man shall not lay with man." The original Hebrew actually doesn't say that. That the original Hebrew actually has something along the lines of, "A man shall not lay with a boy," like
Oh, really?
underage.
That's interesting. Well,
Yeah,
that makes
like
even better
underage
sense. Yeah.
prostitutes. I don't know which show it was. It was one of the live streams.
Well, I like the whole thing, like when it goes to the LGBTQ or whatever it's called. I can't pronounce it. I get the letters mixed up. My
The
bad. Forgive me.
LGBTQ.
Whatever it's called, yeah, whatever the heck the abbreviation is.
Uh
That
huh.
I just need to say. It says like in the Bible. It's like I saw this again on another licensing on Skylar Fiction. I forget. I think it might have been with Richard, but he pointed across because I was trying to say like, there's no way God hates homosexuals and all that. There's no way. And I knew there was something in it, but he said something came across to me about how the eunuchs, they were asking about, well, what do the people do with when, I think he was asking along the lines, or what do we do with men, a woman who wants to be a man or a man who wants to be as a woman or something like that. And I think the Lord said something along the lines of eunuchs. There are eunuchs who were born eunuchs, and then eunuchs who became eunuchs by other eunuchs. And along the lines of like, it doesn't matter if the eunuchs are eunuchs because they still can predict something along the lines. I can't, like I said, I'm paraphrasing, but something along the lines of God still loves them even if they're naturally eunuchs or they become eunuchs through choice. And I think he was saying in that sense he meant eunuchs with the same thing as sexuality. Within, because obviously if you're attracted to the other sex, you can't have children in the sense as a eunuch can't have children because they don't have any testicles.
But you
So
do
in
know
that
that's
sense,
not a choice.
well, that's what they're saying. Like even with the, I think he goes when he's saying it goes the line of like I was raped younger, and so now I like homosexual sex because of it. It's like because there are some people that I'm probably cut out mine, so I'll probably start roboting here soon. Just letting you know. But it goes along. I think it goes. What he meant is it goes along those lines of what he means by that. But I can only say that to a certain degree because I'm unsure of myself. But I think that's what it kind of relates to me about. Like it becomes the way because of something that happened to you that made you that way. A sex cult or something, but it was a sex cult of all men. But you didn't know that it was a sex cult of all men that you could have sex with. And so you go with your whole mind not knowing you can have sex with, or something like that. I don't know. That's probably a bad way to explain it. I am terrible at explaining stuff like that. Wee!
No,
Skidding and
it's
sliding.
okay. I don't think my viewers mind. Um, by the way, viewers, you can thank Nacha for getting me online, getting me in this hangout thing that's not a hangout.
Thank you, person. Oh yeah, but that's like one of the things I can take for it. Like I think if there probably are still Christians LGBTQ members, but I'm unsure. I know
Okay.
there are people trying to get involved into making it, to reaching out to them to join the Christian community, tell them, hey, you've been lied to about, God does not hate you. You've been lied to, you know, because
Well,
it's untrue.
if there is a God, he would be a pretty shitty God for hating somebody for being who he created them to be.
Exactly. It's one of those weird things. Like I said, the weird thing about created, like it goes into that, and then it goes with, like I said, it goes into there's a whole crazy conspiracy with how demons also play with our emotions, the fallen or whatever, because their bodies may have died, but the spirits didn't, and then they manipulate mankind because they're still waiting for judgment. Except for like the children of the fallen. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Because of the children of the fallen that happened, not the actual fallen. The actual fallen were already had a judgment cast down on them. But the children of we would call the giants and possibly other things, depending with the whole. I like to say dinosaurs because for all I know, it might as well be. But that's my own personal take. But things like that, but like the spirits still live on, and that's why they plague mankind. Um, Pulling the strings at like our emotions and stuff, at our mind and consciousness. Like it's one of those weird things. Like the whole satanic panic thing that we were talking about in the comments. Like it correlates with that. With that, like it's them doing the manipulation. It's not just people getting a stir. And that's what the whole thing I think it is about. Like people are being influence, like a sense of manipulation, so to speak. Like I don't even know how to put it.
But you do
Like you're
know
being confused or something. I don't know.
the stuff that was flying around during the Satanic Panic, you know that stuff never happened, right?
It all depends on what you call the satanic panic. Like I said, I see with some cases that you're pulling up, and I don't think I've ever heard any like the ones I've heard that I would like. It might be a different thing for you, but the only way I know the satanic panic is when like rock music started coming out. You know, oh look, they're worshiping, and then backmasking with the music where you start hearing words and they worship the devil or whatever, and music and all that, and the symbolism. The symbolism is big in it all too, man. I think a lot of people use symbols and throw symbols and things out there that they don't really know what their origins are or what they're referring to, and what people like the occult and what
But not
and
even
what the secret messages. Yeah, I
backmasking
don't know.
happened. But not even
It does happen though.
backmasking happened.
It does happen though. It does. It's an actual thing. They have I forgot what it is. Fudge. I can't remember what artist did it, but an artist went around and went to show how people do it because it's an actual thing. People actually do bass match with some of the stuff. I think even the Beatles started. The Beatles were the first ones to try the bass masking in the Yellow Submarine, I believe. You can look that up.
Well, there's a thing called subliminal advertising.
Well, it's still the same thing. Subliminally, even with
No,
demons,
no,
I would imagine.
I don't think back whatever backmasking or
Backmasking, yeah.
whatever. I don't think that's a thing. I think it's more subliminal advertising. But you don't play stuff backwards in subliminal advertising. It's just it's you
A
have to
consciousness thing, yeah. You'd hear it, but
it's
you don't
like
know about it.
it's like multi-layered. It's like a
Yeah.
multi-layered thing when you do subliminal
Going inside.
advertising. It's not playing things backward. I don't
Well,
even know where that comes from.
the backs, like I said, you'd have to like the backmasking thing. I'm sorry, yeah. Give me a second. I'm
Uh
heading
huh.
home and it's raining. I'm trying to get all my stuff to go inside. Oh, it's so wet. I don't like it. I feel like a cat. I want in. I want inside. Oh, it's all wet. My shoe's wet. That's nice. Whoa.
I'm
Gotta
sorry,
run.
Nacha.
Ow, ow, ow. Man, this really flooded. I open my loud, noisy gate. Oh, it's not noisy today. Right. Oh, there we go. Wait. Coming inside. I'm sorry. Telling you the story of my life. Then he tried to open the door, but the key would not go in the keyhole, and he sat there angrily, trying to get the key open. There we go. He finally got it in. Now he's going on to the other door. Will
No,
it work? And the key broke. Oh no. Okay. All
I
right. I'm
can
inside.
give you a channel you can go to look at all the stuff that these people said happened that the police figured out never did happen. I can give you the name of that channel. It's called Demon Occult Cassettes or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look at it because, like I said, sorry. Let's go
And
home.
it's they're really old, really, I mean seriously old. Like 80s old, so it's going to be really.
I think the point that I was trying to get across, for like you said, like with subliminal and that you said multi layers, and that got me thinking, like, if you don't know, if demons are trying to, like, it reminds me of the Illuminati thing, hiding in plain sight. Really, like it really is. If no one's looking for it, no one knows what they're looking at, then how would they know if they're being subjugated? I think is the word to it. You know, if you don't know if it's going on, then you're not going to pay it any heed. I don't know. It's one of those weird little things that I'm kind of like I don't know because it for me it gives me much evidence, and I could always just say, yeah, well, you're just being overreactive and being crazy, which is technically true, but
Yeah. Um, this one guy, we are not seeing you.
oh, yeah.
We're just seeing me.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's probably because you still have it on OBS. You'd have to add, I think, the Hangouts filter or something. Maybe add it to where you could look at the browser and then the Hangouts chat, and then that's how you do it. I think, but I'm not
Okay.
sure. Like you screen share or whatever, but I'm not sure because I haven't played with it enough to know.
Okay.
Because I just got my OBS set up to where it's kind of not choppy anymore, and people can kind of see me
Mm-hmm.
depending on my internet. And then because I haven't tried Hangouts because I just figured out how to do Hangouts on the YouTubes.
I got you.
So yeah.
Well, not to try to get me set up with Hangouts, and we couldn't do it. And I'm like, well, Nacho, they're trying to phase that out, so maybe they're not.
That could be it. Yeah, like technically it's supposed.
So
Sorry
I'm
about
like,
that.
well, not.
Dang. Sorry, I just got home. I turned it on to see the live chat stream. I didn't mean to for it to go off.
No, it's okay. So
Yeah, yours does look different than mine. Holy crap, it does. Maybe it's your type of system you're running. Are you running like a Linux or Apple?
no, this
Or are you on Windows?
is Microsoft. This is Windows.
It's Microsoft. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, yours does look different than mine. Because my slider bar doesn't even have all that, and my scenes is down there, and I can like, yeah, yours looks different. But then, are you just using OBS or using something else too?
No, just OBS.
Okay, yeah, yours might be different though. Yours looks cooler. I'm jealous.
You can
You
thank
even got your
Nacho for
side
that.
chat in there, which is awesome. Like I don't even know how to do that, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's Nacho. Nacho's the one that got me up and running. So anyway, I'll let you go. I just you know, I wanted to I was hoping you'd be on. Um
Oh yeah, like I said, I just got off of one with what's his name, Jay Pasic. I don't know. I'm probably butchering his
Patrick.
last name.
I think
Yeah.
it's Patrick. Okay.
Yep.
So anyway, so I'll let you go. I just wanted to get you on since I've been telling you forever that I was gonna get you on.
Yeah, that's no problem. Like I said, I'd love to be on. Maybe I'll try to invite you on my channel. And we can have more chats too. Because like I said, I'm trying to start up all mine and all that. I'm trying to see. I really want to talk to Richard from one of the Rage Nakasushi's hangout.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
because I want to
remember
talk
any
to him because
Richard.
he has. Yeah, he's like Richard Manson. He's been on the live streams. He's a Christian feller, and I like I said, he's the one I got the whole Unix thing from.
Oh, okay.
The idea, I believe. So yeah, I want to talk to him more because he sounds very knowledgeable in things, and there's a couple of things I want to cross reference with him. So that'd be
Okay.
fun. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out. Thank you for having me on. Good luck with your more continuing the live streams. I can't wait to see more of you.
All right. Thanks, this one guy.
You're welcome. Bye bye. Bye everybody in chat. Talk to you later. Bye bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. I think I am going to go too. It's almost been an hour. Wow. I If it weren't for this one guy, it wouldn't have been an hour. But thank you for coming, everybody, and thanks to this one guy for coming on with me and having a chat. So I will say good night. Goodbye, everyone.